Tattoos date back centuries. What started as a ritual art has now turned into a popular form of expression. It's only in the recent few decades that tattooing has really come to life, with famous celebrities showing off artwork on their body and more TV shows being made focusing all on tattoos. It's been a topic of discussion for many years now, and not always for good reasons. With more headlines such as these appearing all over the news and the internet, it's time to ask the question: do tattoos really deserve the stigma that they get, and why do they have it in the first place? Blackpool is no different when it comes to the topic of tattoos. Tattoo studios can be found around every corner. It's time to explore the behind the scenes of tattoos, and we're starting off at Inkden Tattoo Studios, one of the best and most well-known tattoo studios in Blackpool.
Okay, so my name is Sharek Mahalski. I'm working as a tattoo artist. I own this place, and yeah, that's me.
Yeah, my name's David. I'm the tattoo apprentice here. I've only been here about a month so far.
Hi, I'm Holly. I work at Inkden Tattoo Studio as a tattoo artist.
My name's Danielle Merricks. I'm a tattoo artist at Inkden Tattoo Studio.
I got my first tattoo when I was 15, and I've done it myself. There was a challenge, I saw someone doing it, and it was intriguing me why and how I can do that. So I built my first machine and did my first tattoo on myself, and that was the reason why I would get into it. My friend was asked if he would tattoo someone's back, and this person was tattooing like home tattooist altogether. I'm saying that was like 20 years ago altogether. So he asked if my friend would be willing to tattoo his back if he would show him how to do it. And the guy was using homemade machine as well. So he showed him, and I was looking at it, and that intrigued me. And I went back home and stripped some old cassette player and I built my first machine and tattooed myself. Actually, the first one was based on the electric toothbrush. But it didn't work, so I had to look into it properly. There was no internet then days, 20 years ago, so I had to do a bit of research myself.
What made me get my first tattoo was my friends, when we were about 16, 17, bought machines, and we all just went absolutely nuts allowing each other to get tattooed. It was an ace of spades on my shoulder I got. The guy did it really well, but the ink went absolutely rubbish and it was grey instead of black. So I had to wait like 2 years to get it fixed.
It was actually the loss of my sister made me want to get a tattoo. It was more like a memorial tattoo. She likes the colour blue, so I got a butterfly on my ankle, and that was going to be my one and only tattoo. And then after that, I just got loads.
My first one was actually on myself. I started my apprenticeship, and part of that sort of learning process was having to tattoo myself before I could tattoo other people.
Hi, my name's Lucy Keast and I work at Forever Tattoo Studio on Ridley Road in Blackpool. What made me get my first tattoo was, years of thinking and I think a little bit of rebellion, but I draw my own tattoo and I've wanted it for years, and I was 24 when I got my first tattoo. I then hid it from my mum for about 4 years, so it was a bit of a shock, I think, when she first saw it. But it's on my back, it's a butterfly that I drew. I had it done in Yorkshire of all places, which is nowhere near Cornwall, but it's like furthest away from the parents you could get without anyone knowing about it.
I have two foot pieces, so technically two. One on my ankle, one on the side of my leg, two shin pieces, script on my hip, the start of a sleeve, and that's it.
It's hard to count it because this is one, so it's just full sleeve altogether. But counting, it's probably only 9. but they are bigger pieces. So it's like side of the leg and it's like portraits. So it's 9, but the coverage is quite big.
I'd say I have about 9 or 10. Because some of them are big pieces come together, it's a bit hard to count them as 1 or 2.
7 now, 7. Some of them obviously are like having a full sleeve on this arm, and you know, some of them are larger pieces that have kind of been added on to, so we're about 7 now.
I want to become a tattoo artist because I love drawing and I love really I love really shocking, controversial art. So I want to do lots of like skulls and gothic stuff to really catch people's eyes.
I wanted to become a tattoo artist. Years ago, it's my uncle's fault really. He had these most amazing dragon tattoos. He was a banker in China and he'd had them done illegally in China, because in China at the time you weren't allowed to get tattooed. Western people weren't. So we'd have like this back alley sort of tattoo type thing, but they were absolutely amazing. I used to trace them, and that's sort of where it all came from really, was that. But then years of perseverance, I think, more than anything else.
I wanted to become a tattoo artist after my first tattoo. I liked the sort of process of it, set up and how they looked, and I liked, and I was an artist as well, and I liked the fact that your art would be put on someone else forever, and it's just like this sort of trust between two people is really nice.
If you've ever seen a really horrendous tattoo, you haven't seen the worst of it, because there's some tattoos so bad that many tattoo artists will refuse to do.
Have I ever refused tattoo design? I'm trying to advise people, and I do refuse doing hands tattoos in here. You know, I try to advise people, because people forget tattoos are for the rest of their life. It's permanent. Maybe not as permanent now, considering we have a laser removal altogether, but it's something people should think about it. So when I see someone is not serious about it and just want to have a tattoo as a spare of the moment, sometimes I do refuse it, you know, and trying to advise and thinking what's the best for customer.
I got a tattoo that sort of went viral. Mum found out.
Went viral?
Yeah. She's not happy about it. She wants me to get it covered up.
What's so bad about it?
It sort of defames a famous man.
Yeah, I didn't refuse it, we just didn't really talk about it again. It was recently a guy phoned up about wanting a tattoo around his bumhole. And it was just really awkward, but he was being deadly serious on the phone. I thought it was a prank, but it wasn't, and he just didn't ring back again, which I was grateful for. So.
Having tattoos lowers your chances of finding a job, and also makes people think you're a drunk. Those two things, probably related.
They're right to have that opinion, because when they formed that opinion, it was probably true to the time, but since then, tattoos have evolved into more of an artistic form, which maybe they don't see as much, so they don't realise the skill and beauty into them these days.
They wouldn't have it.
Right, it's age groups, certain age groups.
I think that the stereotypes put on people with tattoos, I think are very misunderstood. A lot of people with tattoos could be aggressive, but so are people without, without tattoos sort of thing. I think because a lot of people in the older generation knew tattoos came from like prisons and sailors and things like that, like very kind of butch sort of background. And obviously Japanese culture from the Yakuza, but obviously only people in Japan have tattoos related to that. It's very taboo. But I think now it's changing a lot now with tattoos becoming more like artwork instead of just a tattoo. So I think it'll change.
Or it's more with like certain, for example, my parents are like in their late 60s and they associate getting tattooed with military and prison. So it's taken them a long time to come around to the fact that like I am a tattooist now and this is my job and this is what I wanted to do. So for them, it's really different. And then you get the older generation that again still associate with military and that, but then we've tattooed like an 86-year-old woman whose husband was ex-military, hated tattoos, and she waited until he died to get a tattoo. So it's like, it's little things like that, but yeah, it's hard to sort of judge. I don't find it inappropriate. I think a lot of tattoos are. I think it's inappropriate if you have an inappropriate tattoo, basically.
Do I think if society change the view about tattoos? I think, you know, since the programs Miami Ink, LA Ink, and since there's people from public, the celebrities start having it and showing it, the way of thinking about tattoos changed in the last 10 years, I would say. I think it's going in the right direction because people are more aware of what is possible, you know, showing it on television and sort of in mass media. I think it did good for us.
I definitely agree with that. The society's views in general has changed, especially like there's these TV shows now that are coming on, like E4 and things like that. So I think they're definitely helping change the views and make it more generally accepted. But when it comes to some old-fashioned jobs like nursing and stuff, I think they still hold a bit of the old stereotypes.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the tattoo shows and stuff, don't get me wrong, I'm not particularly a fan of a lot of them, but I think some of them have been good in the respect that they have opened people's minds slightly. You know, people who might otherwise not have got a tattoo, you know, have started to see that it is more of an art form. But then on the other hand, the shows can sometimes be a little bit negative to tattooing as well.
But what about the people without tattoos? What do they think of the people who are inked up? Well, 30% of them think that somebody with a tattoo is more likely to do something deviant. A quarter of them think the tattooed population is less intelligent and less healthy overall.
They've definitely had a positive view of my life, yes, because I think it opens up a great world of conversation. If you see someone who's tattooed and you're also tattooed, instantly you can talk about that to them. You go, you know, where did you get it, and all this. So yeah, it's definitely been a very positive thing for me.
The tattoos that I have, basically, I don't care what anyone else thinks about my tattoos. My tattoos are for me, and I've got tattoos for friends. I've got memorial tattoos. It's all. I am covered from head to toe.
Yeah, definitely. I think tattooing is giving me a career that I love, and you know, coming into the studio, it's not really like coming into work. You know, I really enjoy what I do.
Yeah, I think my tattoos have impacted me positively. I'm a lot more confident with myself now. I hate my arms, so I'm getting them covered, and I think I'll wear a lot more vests because of it. And same with my legs. I think I'm just a lot more positive about myself now, which is obviously a good thing. So.
I'm really happy with my tattoos.
I was really just trying to find myself and kind of pursue things that I've always wanted to do, and get a tattoo was one of the things I had wanted to do.
What do you think about my tattoos in general? What do you think about them?
100%, no, I mean trillion% good.